Zombie apocalypse.
We tend to associate turkeys more with Thanksgiving than the skies. Generally, whenever you see a turkey in the wild, it's on land. So it may come as a surprise that wild turkeys can actually fly, albeit only short distances. However, when they fly at considerable speed. In fact, Live Science claims that they can fly as quickly as 55 miles per hour, which equates to almost 90 kilometers per hour. While wild turkeys can fly, those farmed for human consumption cannot. Farmers over time have bred them to have large breasts, which inhibit their ability to get off the ground. The concept of a flying snake may leave some people petrified, but these animals do exist, predominantly found in Southeast Asia. The good news is their venom is typically only enough to harm small prey such as lizards, rodents, frogs and birds, not human. Flying snakes don't fly like birds, but instead they glide by flattening their body into a pseudo-concave wing C-shape whilst making wave-like lateral undulations, which enables their steady flight. The concept of spiders ballooning is one of the most creative in the animal world. It occurs in many species of light spiders, often the spiderlings. While most ballooning spiders' journeys are relatively short, some have been known to have traveled for hundreds of kilometers. There's an infamous story from Australia's southern tablelands in 2015 when millions of spiders mass ballooned, with the silk left behind, making the countryside appear like it was snowing. Which is pretty unusual. It seems strange that a pelagic creature would fly, but some members of the Omastrephidae species, aka the aptly named flying squid, have evolved to do that. The most common variety is found in the waters off Japan. There's something particularly cute about dracos, although that subsides a bit when they take flight. These tiny agamid lizards, related to iguanas, are capable of extending their elongated ribs and the connecting membranes to create wings, the patagia, which enables them to glide. They've also got a secondary flap on their neck to assist gliding. It isn't quite powered flight, but for a 20 cm lizard they can glide more than 50 meters, which is a fair distance relatively speaking. There are 40 species of these marine fish which can actually fly by propelling themselves out of the water and gliding. They're commonly found in the Caribbean island nation of Barbados, which is known as the land of the flying fish. National Geographic described these creatures as living, breathing paper aeroplanes. Flying squirrels cannot fly like a bird, but they instead glide utilizing their built-in parachute. The patagium, which is a membrane that stretches from wrist to ankle and looks like a hang glider. Flying squirrels glide from tree to tree within forests to ensure they avoid the predators which occupy the forest floor. They can glide from anywhere from 40 to 150 meters. The spectacular thing about gliding ants is they are wingless, yet they have mastered a mode of flight. These arboreal insects have evolved to direct their fall from trees. The phenomenon of gliding ants is relatively newly discovered, with University of California biologists writing a paper on them in 2005. Often also known as Blanford's whipping frog, large tree frog, or Denny's whipping frog, these frogs are a relatively large tree-dwelling species. Despite their size, They're able to achieve flight by gliding between trees. Gliding is an energy-efficient mode of transport for these frogs, who don't spend much time on the ground or in water. In fact, they only really come down for breeding. There's little known about these rays, collectively known as devil rays. However, what they are known for is their belly flops. Scientists sometimes refer to them as ocean acrobats. These fish look like most rays, with large wing-like fins. They're strong swimmers, usually in schools, and they use that power to propel themselves out of the water, often flipping or twirling in the air, before flopping back into the water.